Hi guys, welcome to the Monday Night Golf Show. We are back in Manchester.
For ages. This is like the first time I've actually been back here in ages. Well, doing the show anyway.
And we've actually, you can see the red light there. This is the sun. This is Manchester sun.
This is the only sun available in Manchester.
We can actually turn it on and off by a switch, which is fantastic. So we've got Manchester sun on us.
Polar bears don't like it.
No, they're not happy about that. And we are back for our weekly episode of the Monday Night Golf Show with myself and Peter Finch. We are going to be covering all of what's been going on over the last week. Also doing a swing analysis today. We've not done one for a while, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be really exciting. And then we're answering your most liked questions.
Yes, so questions were asked on my social media this week, and we have some very interesting ones.
As always.
As always, yeah. So stay tuned for those. Yet again, when we ask the questions the most liked will get answered. So, very full week of golfing stories this week. We should probably start with the positives. So, Jason Day, smashing it at the Farmers. Well, smashing it in a four-man playoff. If you can smash it all the way to a four-man playoff, I suppose. But triumphed in the end over, well, JB Holmes after first elimination hole. Anyway, so... But there was four in there. He played solidish last round, 70.
Shot 70. It seems to be a good score for that day anyway, because there wasn't any major scores. Someone could have really gone and shot the lights out, but we're looking even just in the top 10, and best score was 68, so 70 was a good knock there by Jason Day.
Yeah.
And then took it onto a four-man playoff. Birdied, him and JB Holmes birdied the first, and then Jason won it with a par.
Yeah. So he's a player who you kind of look at and think he should have won a lot more.
Yeah,
a lot more.
When he's always really good for the majors.
Oh, always.
He's phenomenal for the Masters. You
know, always up there.
Got an outside bet, go and stick some money on Jason Day. He's always well, probably not.
Well,
don't bet this week, because I think his odds might have been slashed. But give it a couple of weeks, wait for him to have a bad round, and then go and bet some money on him. But yeah, he seems to be always there and thereabouts, doesn't he?
Always there and thereabouts. But he's never just quite kind of got over the line, and I like him. I think he's a really good player. He takes his time over shots, by God, but he doesn't normally waste them.
No.
So yeah, I like him. He's a good player.
So swing analysis coming up very soon of Jason Day, and
well, if we can find any
I know
fault
we've
in
just
it,
been having a little chat there, and it might just be a complimentary analysis of Jason Day, because he's got a lot of strength in his swing and things that you may be able to learn from and improve from.
But also good ones, see, like Shane Lowry and Martin Laird up there as well. Top
they're
10,
right up there. And your mate?
Good. Oh, Jimmy! Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Wow. And we'll obviously European Tour.
European Tour. Now we're just gonna pull the European Tour
does this to me.
website out. Now normally, if it was kind of my channel this week, then I would be more than willing. Don't
be saying that.
To pronounce the name of the winner. Malaysian Open.
I'm just trying to get it in my head. So
I think you should do the top 5. I think you should announce the top 5 in order.
In fifth place.
It's what you need to know. It's what you need to know.
I need to learn this stuff. In fifth place, French gentleman Gregory Baudy. I should know that.
No, that's fine. That's good.
11 under. In joint third place.
You got to know this one.
I was going to say English player Paul Waring.
No way. Yeah,
13 under.
Good.
Wow, here we go. Right. Spaniard in third place. Alejandro Caceres. Alejandro Caceres.
Canizares. Alejandro, if you're watching, I apologise for that. Just mangled your name. Okay, well, next anyway.
Oh, God.
The second place?
I don't even know the country. Austria. Oh, it's not a good day, is it?
Oh
Austria. God. I don't even know the first name.
Melted.
Weisberger.
Well, what's his first name?
Mr. Weisberger.
And who won?
Oh, my goodness me. From India, on 16 under par, is our friend. Lahiri.
That's his surname.
Anirban Laziri.
No S and no.
Give us a clue.
No, I think you were fine. An Ban Lahiri. Yeah, I think you're right.
So Sky, if you're watching, you want us to become commentators. that was our interview. That was our little showcase of our talents. So give us a call. We're really good with the pronunciation of names.
We've actually managed there to be worse than Montgomery at commentating.
Yeah, it's not going to be good, but we'll do it with a smile. We will do it with a smile, and we are willing to learn.
Coming up last, player A. Player A is into a good position here, but I feel player B is going to come back into it.
I'll learn it.
Oh, Paul Waring's coming up the last.
Go on, Paul! I will put a leaderboard up on screen there just in case I was completely wrong. And I do apologise for all players concerned, families, friends, viewers of the show, that my pronunciation with names is terrible.
It's
not
getting better. It's just not getting better. It's not.
Just to mellow it down a little bit, we want to obviously send our condolences to Billy Casper's family and friends, because the fine gentleman passed away at the age of 83, won an awful lot on tour, and it's a sad time for golf, and there was a lot of great comments about him yesterday, through some of the coverage, so shame really.
Yeah, great player and a great man by the looks of it. So it's always sad kind of when you hear about things like this. I mean, great players from the past passing away. Obviously it's going to happen eventually, but it's always kind of sad to hear. So if you've not seen Billy Casper swing, if you don't know anything about him, just read up. Top guy, very nice guy.
Then moving on to it's like a week. This could be a weekly slot now, couldn't it? Tiger news. Dun, dun, dun.
Tiger Watch.
Tiger Watch, yeah. So Mr. Tiger Woods, he entered the Farmers Insurance Open and he pulled out after playing, I think it was 12 holes in the end. And it was something about, I believe, his glutes. They kept deactivating and activating, and it caused him to have a bad back.
So he had twitchy bum time.
Very twitchy bum, certainly over those chips. To be fair, though, he chipped in the hole before. He chipped in the hole before for par and walked off.
It's probably like, you know what, I'm done.
That's how we're going to end it. No, it's a shame because obviously we talked about Tiger last week, and we don't want to talk about him. We certainly don't want to talk about the negatives about him. We want him back. We want him fighting fit, but he just seems to be. It's an easy way out, isn't it? Just a quick play a few holes, pull out. Make it look like you're hobbling. He's got to have practice. Why?
I don't know. You'd imagine when he.
Can you get a medical card? Can you get a buggy? Can we get Tiger a buggy, please, next time? We'll get him on the medical list.
You'd hope if he's injured, if he's really injured, then okay, fair enough. That's absolutely fine. And there's no reason to say he's not. I mean, this last 2 years he's been riddled with injuries, but it's just why would you? He's been out for a year. Why would you rush back if you're not quite feeling right? And if you are going to pull out, it looks bad. It doesn't look good. It looks like you're fading and just falling away, which hopefully he isn't. I mean, there's been a lot of people saying, is it time for him to quit? And at the end of the day, he's not physically in a great shape, but he's only just
37, 38.
He's not an old man.
So we don't. That'd be awful. I mean, awful for the game of golf. I know we touched on this last week, but we. Have a breather, Tiger. If you're watching, which we know you do, go have a breather. Go and chill out. Go and have some time in the Bahamas with Lindsay. Go and chill out. Get some nice.
She'd hate it in the Bahamas.
That's true. No, she needs a rest as well.
Go chill out in the Alps.
She needs a rest as well, to be fair. And go and chill out. Get some time. Get ready for the Masters. Do some putting on some fast greens, and get ready and get back and get better soon.
Yeah. If you're watching that, just watch back runs in the Monday Night Golf Show. There's lots on there. Keep you entertained for a whole holiday, really.
There you go. So we're going to now jump over to the swing analysis, and then we're going to answer your questions. And some of these ones that are getting liked, we don't always want to answer, but we will do it for the good of the cause. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to whiz through the questions. Swing analysis, Mr. Jason Day. Let's do this.
Come on, mate. Come on, Jason.
We're doing just a minute.
Sharp, mate.
That's it. That's Jason Day's swing analysis done.
He's so accurate. I didn't realise.
Not the longest hitter in the world, but he's so accurate. Right.
Right then. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Jason's swing.
This is what I'm doing right now. So what we've noticed, we had a look through Jason Day's swing. In all seriousness, we are slightly struggling to pick up anything that's real negative on his swing. He's not the most accurate driver in the world, but at 120 miles per hour club head speed, who kind of would be really? So it's a tricky one. He swings it very well, but obviously he's got a lot of control, or a lot of power, so his control's always going to be slightly, out of sync.
He's very, very, very athletic in the way he actually swings. So our comparative swings that we're going to be doing this morning might not be quite up to scratch, but
no, I mean what we've noticed again is how a lot of these lads coming through, certainly your Rory McIlroy, your Jason Days, you guys like that, their hip rotation from the very top is just so dynamic.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous. Because what Jason does, he gets to the top in you could maybe say slightly upright. You could maybe say slightly upright position, but from there, I'm just going to keep your hands here because the hips just absolutely fire through. And Jason Day's toe is pretty much up in the air from about halfway in his downswing. Sorry, impact, I'm guiding you, is that okay?
That's alright,
Okay,
I like it.
Pretty much through there, and then it only starts to move once he gets...
He has his textbook letting go of the club.
Oh yes, that one as well.
Yeah, I mean, he almost fires his hips that quick that they have to stop, and his arms go, hold on, what do you want me doing?
Yeah,
do you want me to do
catching up,
something?
like...
And that's one of the reasons that potentially it gets a little bit armsy, a little bit right and left because of that action. But from that bit, it's like, here we go, and then his arms, and then his hips go, well, I've got to stop, let my arms catch up, please, and his arms just speed through.
Yeah,
so that's how he creates 120 miles per hour club head
well,
speed.
exactly, yeah. I mean, it might not make him super accurate, but it's certainly every single time, first shot in the morning.
No, that was amazing. The other ones, we've never hit that.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why he's able to generate so much. That's my turn.
I'm out. That's the best shot I've ever hit.
It's one of the reasons why he's able to generate so much power because the body just moves towards a target and everything just drags along for the ride. It's similar to the way kind of Rory does it as well, except probably not quite as pronounced a dip into the ball, not as pronounced a squat. And certainly Rory keeps his right foot on the floor for a lot longer, but it's just such an athletic move and it's awesome. And not that the club face is always pretty much on play. I mean, it's very hard to find fault in it.
We've obviously done the gesture of taking the TaylorMade R15 here because that's what Jason. Look at that. Should we go and play? Let's just finish it now. Let's go and play for a bit.
Nice shot. Didn't almost fall over when I was in a Jason. Let go of the glove.
I told you I'm not hitting another one. I'm done.
I'm just enjoying myself. Yeah, I should have hit another one.
No, you shouldn't hit another one. What we're trying to stress though, there, guys, is that obviously we do swing analysis, but we're not looking at negative points. We're looking at highlighting areas that these guys are really playing well at the moment and what they're doing. Hip rotation is key. It's a key way of dragging. If you get the hips rotating first from the very top, it's a key way of getting the sequencing of your downswing correct because it helps you then instigate from the floor upwards, using your legs and your hips and your torso, pulling your arms down, pulling the club down, and then producing as much power as you can. But needs practice, as all of these things that we'd always talk about, and any tips and any swing analysis, these things need addressing and practicing. You can't just go and take it on the first tee and go, I'm going to swing like Jason Day.
No, absolutely not.
But it's what we're showing is how we can highlight their strengths and how we can learn from that. The rotation, letting the hips slot, arms catch up, and he just bombs it. Guys, let's go and answer your questions. That was quite a brief one, that today.
That was quite a brief.
We like wackier swings.
There's not a massive amount of fault, is there?
Come back. Bubba and Jordan.
Someone crazy. Come crazy with.
Come at us.
Come on. Come at us with your swing.
I'm not going to hit. I don't know why I'm taking this. I'm not going to hit another. Done.
Right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that swing analysis, and probably as we gave a little bit of a clue before we actually started doing it, not a massive amount to really pick apart. Technically, an amazing golfer. You know, looking at that
negatives.
No, looking at that swing, you got to say he should be winning a hell of a lot more.
And just copy that. Yeah, copy that action.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get that down to a T, then wow,
you'll be all right.
Amazing, awesome. So we are on to your questions now. Like I said before, questions were asked on my social media this week, and then next week when the Monday Night Shows Monday, whatever it's called, is on my channel, then it's going to be asked on Rick's social media, and we swap it over like that, and the most likes get answered. So, first one, Gordon O'Riordan, most likes? Most likes. Brand snobbery, full stop. Are we as golfers mostly brand snobs, and is it killing lesser known manufacturers? Are the top names really the best, or just a lack of reviews and our embarrassment of owning non-brands makes are they rubbish? For example, Rick loved the Hogan irons when you reviewed them in Orlando. Never seen you in love with anything so much. Yeah, he says himself that he probably wouldn't use them because of the name/brand. Hashtag Monday Night Golf Show.
Naughty me. Right, on that. So I always, so I'm going to cover my back first. First of all, I absolutely love the Hogan irons, no question about it. If you've not checked that review, go and check those out. They are a lesser brand. They're coming up from pretty much scratch, and they're producing a phenomenal product. They contacted me. They wanted me to do a review on when I was out in Orlando, which I was more than willing to do. Love the product, love the feel of them, love the clubs. Now, I did mention, and I always do my reviews of the one takes. I just do straight through them. I did mention just very briefly. I don't know if I'd use them just because of the name, and that probably in hindsight, even when I was looking back at that and editing it and video, and I thought, I don't even know why I really said that. There is a set coming. So I will be featuring him at some point, and if I don't have him, I'm sure Pete will. But I probably shouldn't have said it really. And no, there isn't a brand snobbery. I think there is. I'll tell you what. I think there is across the board though, and I'm probably guilty of it as well. Not the Ben Hogan irons, but other irons. So other manufacturers have contacted me in the past to do reviews, and I've thought, not sure about how many people will actually see that. How many people will actually see that as a viable review? Because they might not. Some places, smaller manufacturers can't ship everywhere. That's one thing. The Ben Hogan irons, for example, are only available in the US. So me reviewing them, that's kind of, I'm cutting off half the world who's going to be watching really. So it's tricky, but no, lesser brands, they can make great products. I think the real low of the brands though, I've got a bit of a pet hate against them. Some of the real terrible, £15 drivers or $25 drivers that you can get, they're not great. But I think there's a lot of good brands that are trying to do stuff, and they probably do need the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah, every brand starts off small to begin with.
Correct.
Ping started off in a garage, and that. So yeah, some brands start small, and they do. I mean, if you get the chance to give them a go, just give them a go. What's the worst that can happen? You could have a go at a lesser known brand and it could be absolutely gopping awful, but you could have a go, it could be fantastic. So,
but I think you're right. It'd be interesting to do some very much blind testing, and also, guys, I've got some really interesting tests coming up later on in the year. So stay tuned for that, because that'll completely put everyone at a level playing field. So stay tuned for that, guys, because that's gonna be really interesting.
Won't shut up about it, to be honest.
Teaser alert.
Anyway, so next question, Stephen Joseph. When is the first Shiels Finch subscriber golf day happening? Probably this year.
Well, 100% this year. Yeah. Now my 100% aren't always 100%, as Pete may sometimes know, but we're going to say 100% this year. We will run a golf school day, not school day. There it is, done.
Wow, I mean, the slap on the table, that's authoritative.
We will run a golf day this year.
And now Rick's promised that, I'm going to let him organise it.
On video.
That's fine, it's a lot of pressure off my back. You need me to turn up, I'll turn up.
Stay tuned, guys. It'll probably, unfortunately, have to be UK based. So, obviously, if you're watching overseas, we're not going to be able to go everywhere this year. But it'll probably be UK based, our very first one. So do stay tuned for that, and don't worry. If you're a regular watcher, you'll know about it because we'll want you to come, so you'll know about it. So stay tuned for that. So good question, Stephen.
Cheers, buddy. Next on the list, what's the next thing clubs you are looking to get in your golf bags, or are you completely happy at the moment? For example, you are looking to upgrade to the S55 iron soon. I've got to be honest, the best irons I've hit at the moment were the Ben Hogans, so
So if they come through and I don't have them, Pete will have
I'm
them.
going to have them. I'm probably going to have them. So
they were fantastic.
We'll,
but
we'll see about
clubs-wise at the moment, you know, we are tinkering. We're always tweaking and changing. We're fortunate enough to get the club, so it'd be daft not to. Then we have to go down a bit.
So would you ever consider a charity tournament with other YouTubers?
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'd always be up for that.
So that was from Neil Jeffrey. It just says, you know, it'd be good to make lots of money for charity and publicity. So yeah, I think we will do. I think that'll be probably separate to our normal golf day, but we'll try and talk to other YouTubers and try and get a charity golf day. I think that'd be really good.
It'd be good. I think we've got enough kind of the subscriber base and people viewing the videos to make it go, and it'd be good to give something back. So
we'll certainly have me and my golf on board anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. They'd be up for it. Paul Hurst, you're on an aeroplane that has lost all engines. There is only you, Rick, and Blair O'Neill left. So this is to me. There's only you, Rick, and Blair O'Neill
left. Sounds like a party.
You're on an aeroplane that's lost all engines. There is only you, Rick, and Blair O'Neill left, but only 2 parachutes. You have to have one. Who do you give the other parachute to? Hashtag Monday Night Golf Show.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not going to blame you for either decision, Pete. I'll be honest with you.
It would depend where we're going to crash or where we're going to land. Because if we're landing in the middle of a rainforest, for example, I'd probably give it to Rick. Because when we land, and when there's a real scarcity of food, like Blair's really thin and she's not got a massive amount of meat on her, so probably wouldn't be worth kind of munching down on Blair.
Wow. Okay.
But maybe if we were like over an alpine resort, maybe I'd have to give it to Blair so we could go chill out in the bar for a bit.
There you go. I like it. Nicely put.
Is that all right?
Nicely put. Wow.
Sorry, I lost the thread there.
Yes.
Right, what's your honest opinion on sites such as eBay and Golf Bidder? They offer good value for money in a lot of cases.
Yeah. I'm quite happy with certainly Golf Bidder. I like Golf Bidder because you know it's going to be genuine. This is a very quick funny story. A few years back, going back maybe 10 years, I had a couple of Vokey wedges and I bought 4 of them from Titleist, from Vokey themselves. And I wanted to chop them in, I wanted to swap them over, so I sent them to Golf Bidder and one of them came back as a fake. Now,
from Titleist. So you got from Titleist.
I got them from Titleist, right? So I was like, really? How? The other 3 got accepted. 3 got accepted. One of them came back and said it was a fake. And I don't ever know how it happened. I went back to Titleist, gave them the serial number and said that never came from us, ever. I don't know. The only thing I can put it down to is someone, I went to a golf, this was when I was a junior golfer, I might have gone to a golf day and someone swapped wedges with me or whatever. But yeah. So what I like about Golf Bidder, they have a very good policy on fraud clubs. So if you're going to buy, eBay doesn't have that level of tolerance. So you can't. I've seen fake golf clubs bought on eBay, advertised as real golf clubs. Golf Bidder's a little bit more secure. What I like about eBay though is you can get a ridiculous bargain. Some of my clients come in and they'll go, look, Rick, I got this full set of TaylorMades and I paid £50 for it. I'm like, really? And I'm thinking in my head, are they going to be Taylor modes? And I look at them and go, oh God, right, that's amazing. And it might have been someone who just fell out of love with the game and wanted to get rid of them quickly, or a scorned wife, an ex-partner that's just shipped them off on eBay. So you can get some bargains on there as well.
Wow, yeah, search for user scorned wife. 234. So, yeah, it's fine. Peter Rodriguez, for the last month, I've avoided outdoor driving range in favour of GC2 driving range simulator at my local golf store. Could both of you explain the benefits of golf simulators to recreational players? I think as long as it's a good quality one, so the GC2 it's very close set of data, very, very accurate. During the winter, absolutely fine. The only issue you've got there is as soon as you leave the simulator, and start playing in real conditions, the drop-off can be pretty dramatic, because if you're playing in a nice warm simulator in your house or at a golf store, and then you suddenly step out in February, ball's cold, you've got a lot more layers on, it's a cold temperature, you could lose a lot of distance, and obviously the strike's not going to be as consistent as off the mat. It's a very different type of game.
I'd agree.
Very different type of game.
Well, the benefits is it's very closed data, certainly if you're using GC2. I have seen simulators that are not very accurate, but just check. It's hard to see, if you're using a proper launch monitor. So I know TrackMan have just brought one out, a simulator, and I think FlightScope's got some relationship with the simulator, and GC2 has. I think if you stick to those three, you've got very good data. Like Pete said, the drop-off for distance is quite significant compared to where you play. So certainly my GC2 is very closed data. It doesn't know it's cold, it doesn't know it's windy, it doesn't know that well, that's about it really. But then when you take that on the golf course, there's a bit of difference between the two really at first. So you just got to adjust to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So last question, Jack Nicholson. Premium ball versus a less expensive softball for a mid-handicapper who doesn't have a particularly high swing speed, i.e. Pro ones versus Wilson DX2 or Callaway Supersoft. I want control around the greens. I've got to be honest, I don't know a great deal about anything else other than a premium golf ball at the moment, because that's all I've really been playing with. I've not really tried any of the Wilsons or anything like that. I've only really tried the top end balls at the moment.
So no, I'd probably agree with Pete there. There's a lot of golf balls, and a lot of people have been raving about these Wilson golf balls at the moment. We've just got some samples of the Callaway Supersoft, so we're going to be testing them. But ball testing in general, so your big thing if you're going to be ball testing is start from the green backwards. So if you like the feel of a soft golf ball, when you're putting, when you're chipping, sometimes you've got to go for quite a premium. If you want a lot of spin rates around the green when you're chipping and pitching, again, that soft cover, really important. As you start to move away from the green, then you've got to start to think more sensibly. So the first thing I would say is that, if you're a golfer that loses, if you lose 3 or 4 golf balls around, don't play with premium golf balls. Get a less expensive one. If you want soft, you can still do that same combination. If you're a golfer that doesn't lose as many golf balls, so you're starting to get much better, you might not even be a low handicapper, you might just hit the ball very straight, but once spin round the green, then you could probably progress into a more premium ball. And it's got to be cost effective, because you don't want to be losing, £3 to $5 golf balls. It'd be just silly.
I think one of the big differences with the less than premium golf balls, if you want to call them that, the lower price ones, you can get ones which spin a lot, you can get ones which go a long way. You can't really get that great combination of the two which you can with a premium ball. So like a Pro V1, for example, is fantastic around the greens, and it's also long off the tee. If you go for a less than premium ball which is very spinny around the greens, the chances are it won't be as long off the tee. If that kind of makes sense, you get the best of both worlds with the more expensive balls.
Yeah.
But like Rick said, if you're losing a lot of balls and you just want something in particular, so straightness or spin around the greens, you can just focus in on that, and then when you start improving, then move on to the premium golf.
Yeah. 2 more quick ones, because I've just noticed a one that's got a lot of likes. Anthony Walton, what would you do or say to a bunch of idiots who were teeing off behind you while you were still on the fairway, and the ball is landing near you, and there's not even a shout of 4? Would you throw their ball away, or just give them a gentle smack with the driver around the head?
Are those the only 2 options that we have? Are those the only 2 appropriate responses?
Obviously, Anthony, I'm guessing you were quite angry at this stage. I wouldn't go with those 2 options. So if they were A and B, we'll scrap those 2 at the time being, if that's okay. I mean, obviously, first thing, all joking aside, that's incredibly dangerous for the group behind you to be hitting golf balls while you're still on the fairway. As long as you felt like it was if it was a complete accident, so sometimes there's a dip on the fairway and they might not have been able to see you. Yeah, you might mention to them, listen guys, that golf ball got pretty close to me then. You might not have seen me, granted, but that got pretty close to me. Just to give them a warning, if you need to play through, I'll let you through next hole. If you genuinely thought, and if you genuinely absolutely knew that they could see you, and that you are in range and they hit a golf ball towards you, I think saying something is key, but obviously you've got to say it in a very deliberate, precise way. I think saying to, listen guys, you nearly hit me there. Do you realise that the golf ball, if it hitting, even coming down, is probably still travelling at about 40, 50 miles per hour?
Still do some damage.
Well, it can kill you. It can kill you. Absolutely kill you. So you could say to them, listen, you nearly killed me then.
Okay.
Wow.
Just to play devil's advocate on this, although hitting a drive when someone is in range is obviously it's just a stupid thing to do, I'm going to play devil's advocate a bit because there's nothing more frustrating than when you're playing on a course, you're waiting on a tee, and there's a 28 handicapper in the middle of a fairway waiting for a green to clear 350 yards away, and he's got his 5-iron out. That's a little bit frustrating. Not for me to hit balls at him to get him going.
He does.
But, okay, yeah. But yeah, just know your distances, guys. Know your distances.
And don't hit balls at people.
Don't hit balls at people.
I think that's it.
That's
I think we covered the top liked ones. So
Okay.
honestly, we want to thank you so much. Again, these questions are really increasing. We're getting so many, and we really do appreciate
awesome.
it. Don't
Thank
forget, if you read the thread and you want a question liked, or you want your question liked, share it to your friends and go and tell them to like it. While they're there, they might as well like the page and add us as friends.
And subscribe.
It would only be rude not to.
Yeah.
Right, so...
Stop that.
Oh, I've got to finish this video. I forgot.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
guys,
Anyway, sorry, yeah.
thank you so much for watching. We realise this is probably an extended version of the Monday Night Golf Show, but we get very giddy. We get far too giddy. Hopefully you enjoy it, as always. Do subscribe to Peter Finch. Do subscribe to myself. Check us out. I don't know where we're going to be next time. Who knows where we're going to be? We need to think about what we're going to do through Australia. Guys, don't forget, I am going to Australia, so if you are an Aussie watching, certainly in the Sydney, Brisbane area, stay tuned. I've got a video coming out this week explaining more, and we'll see you all soon.
What happened to your voice then, by the way?
What did I do?
It kind of dropped, and it went really...